online business owners or coaches, consultants, and service-based providers and course creators. I'm going to share with you one of the most popular questions that I get asked, and I'll give you the answer. Chances are that you've asked this question yourself, or you do have this question on your mind. Hi there, this is Stephanie Treasure, and welcome to another edition of Let's Talk Business Growth Live. This is a live stream series that I've been doing since the month of December, or I think possibly late November of 2022. And I'm live streaming each day talking about various marketing, business, mindset, productivity, and various, all kinds of strategies and tips in this area suited to the persons in my community who tend to be other coaches that I work with or mentor from time to time, other consultants, course creators, service-based business owners, and providers. So tune in, because I believe that you're going to find this live stream or this edition helpful. If you are joining me for the first time, welcome. I've been doing this for almost 2 weeks now, and you can find the replays of this or the other series that I recorded in the stream of wherever you're watching this. I've nicely and conveniently uploaded these live streams or the replays of the same to YouTube, my Facebook page, as well as Instagram. So if you're following me on those platforms and that's where you're watching this, just go ahead and scroll back down and you can tune into any of the previous Let's Talk Business Growth Live editions. So today, I'm going to share with you one of the questions that I get asked the most, and that is, how do I get more clients? Do you have this question on your mind, or have you ever asked this question, or have we spoken and you've asked me this on the phone, right? So I'm going to share with you, and just to kind of clarify that question, the persons that tend to ask me this question or that tend to have this question on their mind are persons who are somehow bringing on clients, because as I dig deeper and we get to the heart of things or get to the root of the issue, I'll find that the persons that are asking are bringing on clients, but not as many clients as they'd like. So they're sometimes bringing in clients who are referrals, either from colleagues, past colleagues, or from friends, or from past clients, or they're bringing on clients from either, if not from referrals, then they're re-enrolling past clients, or they're just bringing on clients organically, right? They come into, relationships through networking, and possibly the persons that they're networking with, they need their services, or they know somebody who does, right? So again, coming in through referrals, right? But they want to be able to bring on clients more consistently, more predictably, and be able to fill their programs, right? Be able to fill their calendar with paying clients, right? So I'm going to share with you how I would normally answer this question when I have some more time, in kind of a step-by-step, more strategic way, right? So to bring on more clients, here is a simple 4-step system. The first is to do what I call drive traffic, right? Since I developed this system, I've now called it the visibility piece, right? Basically, you want to be able to have persons come into awareness of who you are. So that is driving traffic to either your website or your social media platforms, right? Having persons come across your brand, come across you as it relates to your expertise in a meaningful way, right? So you can do this in various ways, and I can do another live stream specifically for that. But a few ways is through speaking, right? When you speak especially on other people's platform, whether live or virtual, that's a great way to get the word out there about your business, your brand, and the brilliant work that you're doing, okay? So that's one way to drive traffic or get more visible, so that people can come into awareness of who you are. You can also do this very organically through networking, which is possibly one of the ways that you have brought on clients in the past. but maybe you're doing it sporadically or you're not quite sure of the follow-up process after networking. So that could need some work, but that is a solid way that I've brought on clients, and I know other business owners have as well. Okay, so that's the first thing that you need to do to bring on more clients, is to drive traffic or get more visible. The second way is, or the second step along, in terms of bringing on more clients. So not the second way, second step is to build community. Build community. I'm using the word community as opposed to list here. Building an email list for sure, right, is part of this next step, so that when the persons sign up to your email list, you're able to communicate with them on a regular basis and kind of show your stuff, talk about what you're doing, talk about conversion events, talk about where you're being visible, talk about your offers, right? So when they're on your email list, you can do this on a consistent and regular basis without having to individually reach out to all those people that may have come into awareness of who you are, right? So building a list is part of it. The other part of it is to gather persons from your list in a meaningful way on a social media platform where you're devoted and dedicated to being more present. So that could be your Facebook group, or it could be Instagram or LinkedIn or your Facebook page or on YouTube, right? But persons need to see you in a more dynamic way, in a more regular and consistent way, on another platform outside of emails, right? I don't like to email my list daily, but I do like to keep in touch with persons who have become friends and followers daily, sometimes multiple times per day. I can do this quite seamlessly on social media, and so can you. So my community consists of my email list, as well as the persons that are following me in my Facebook group and on other parts of social media. You may, if you're following me on Instagram, you may see that I do stories regularly, also on Facebook, right? Sometimes multiple stories for the day. And as you see these stories and I show you behind the scenes, I show you what I'm working on, I share with you my plant-based meals, I share with you workouts that I'm doing, all kinds of fun things. That's my way of nurturing you, so that you can get to know me a little bit better. And that brings me into step number 3, right? Step number 3 is to nurture the community that you're building, right? Really foster relationships and get close to the people that are now your email subscribers and the people that are now following you on social media, right? You want to deepen those connections so that they really get to know not just about your brand, but about you as a person and all that makes up what you bring to the table to your clients in your programs, right? It's not just about, they don't just want to see the business part of what you do. They certainly want to know the business part. They certainly want to know if you're equipped and qualified to help them, and if you've helped other persons to gain success in your area. But they want to know more, because it's all of those things that make up and become a part of their buying decision when they're deciding whether or not to work with you. So you want to nurture your community by providing regular content, sharing tips, sharing behind the scenes, sharing client success stories. Those are just a few ways that you can nurture the relationship with the people who are following you in your community, right? And then that leads me to step number 4, right? Is to make offers, right? So your people have come into your space, they have come into awareness of you, you've brought them into your space, into your ecosystem, into your community in a meaningful way through having them subscribe to your email list and follow you on social media. You're sharing stories, success stories, you're sharing behind the scenes who you are, what you stand for, what your programs are about. And then you want to help your people in an even more meaningful way by bringing them to the solution that you offer in your programs, right? And that is the ultimate way, actually, that you can serve your people, serve your community, serve your followers and subscribers by inviting them into paid working experiences. Because They're not going to get value or experience transformation by sporadically following and digesting your random tips and videos and live streams that you post here and there on social media. They need to be in a structured setting with you where you can guide them and hold them by the hand and guide them along a step-by-step journey that's going to take them from the beginning of their journey or where they are in their before story to their after story, right? So it's a simple 4-step system. Drive traffic or get more visible. Build community or build your email list, build your following. The third is to nurture your community, deepen the connection and relationships. And the fourth is to make offers, right? And the fourth one is really important because what I find, and you may, if you look deeply and kind of do an audit of what you're doing, you may find that you're spending a lot of time in the third step, right? Or possibly the first step, but you don't quite go through the sequence and then get to a point where you're inviting persons to work with you, right? Sometimes we get gun shy at that point because we don't want to face rejection, or we are afraid to launch and the launch doesn't go the way that we planned, or we don't have the know-how to launch in a way that will allow us to fill our programs, right? So this might be this part of this training may be speaking to you as well, right? So again, just kind of check in, do an audit of how you are bringing clients on board, and the steps that I shared here today, and see what you're doing if you're following these steps, because these are tried and proven, or if there's a step or one of the steps that you may be falling short on that needs work. Chances are therein lies the clue, therein lies your answer and your solution to bringing more clients on board, right? More clients, more consistently, filling your programs and being more profitable. Okay? Now here's my call to action to you. I'd like to know what is working for you to bring on clients right now, because I bet there's something that is working. If not, I'd love to hear from you what's holding you back, right? Or what do you feel is the thing that's holding you back? It could be one of the steps I mentioned or something else, right? I'd love to hear below. We can actually use the comment section of this video to workshop what your issue may be, and I can give you some feedback on what you need to focus on in order to be able to see better results, be able to see more consistency, and bring on more of your ideal aligned clients. Make sense? So thank you so much for joining me for this edition of Let's Talk Business Growth Live. Go ahead again, like I said, use the comment section below. At the very least, I'd love to hear from you. If you're joining me on the replay, go ahead and say hi. And I'd love to hear your feedback on what you thought of what I shared today. From what I can see, I do have a live viewer. That's Patrice. Hey there, Patrice. Thank you so much for tuning in. It's really good to see you. I hope all is well in your world. I'd love to hear from you. I'd love for you to take the call to action from today's edition of Let's Talk Business Growth Live, and use the comment section below to give me that feedback. All right. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you on the next one. Bye.